Hold on. It's probably smarter to just create the broadcast and then start streaming, but yeah, yeah. Tonga time. What? Alright, buddy. Alright, there we go. And then start streaming, but It's 10:26 a.m. and it is the last, well, official day of my summer vacation. It's tomorrow I don't go back to school, obviously, but it is the last weekday before I go back to school. Monday I'll be going back to school. So it's essentially the last day because we don't have school on Saturday and Sunday. That's a known fact all across the It's tomorrow I don't go back to school, obviously, but it is the last I love my bites choosing the worst time to come up. Of course it's when I'm streaming. Oh, anyway. What do you guys want to do for the last day of summer vacation? What do y'all want to do? Eh, 2673. Only BFDI fans get that reference. But yeah, I think we're just going to do a little bit of that all today. Going to hit that all gritty, that all radical. So, goodness. I think we're just going to do a little bit of that all today. Going to hit that all gritty, that all radical. All right, so yeah, this is my homepage. It has games, games, games. A kid would freak out over this. Why is there a random Minecraft mod jar file in here? So, but yeah, let's just open up the Chromium because this did come free with my Windows 7 theme pack. And as expected, that Windows 7.iso probably just didn't download. Yep. Network error. Probably because I actually shut my laptop like halfway through the download, but if I hold up, let me see if I can actually show the computer tab on this. Yeah, I can. So let me just show you guys this. I have a total of 4.4 gigabytes free, so it probably wouldn't really install because I think it costs more than 4 gigabytes. Gosh, dude. This is what happens when you get the cheapest computers on the market, but yeah. But yeah, the last day of summer. Time to enjoy it. So let's see what we've got cooking. I feel like doing some web things. Some web things, maybe a Minecraft. But first, we'll check out what's going on in the weather because we haven't really done that in a fair bit. There is a tropical storm warning for all of the waters, like not immediately, but like surrounding Hawaii. And there is a tropical storm watch for the Big Island right now. That is a tropical storm watch. I don't know why the news addressed it as a tropical storm warning, but it's not. And that is because we have this tropical storm Hone heading for Hawaii. If that like continues to go toward Hawaii, probably won't hit Hawaii as directly as it will probably go like around here. The winds will probably brush Hawaii, and that is why I think a tropical storm warning could be issued. We have Hurricane Gilma, but it's not really going nowhere at a populated place. So, but then we have Typhoon. Hold up. Hurricane Map Pacific, because yeah, the NOAA website does not show the one I'm tracking, because the hurricane I'm talking about is typhoon. I think it's called a typhoon map. I don't know why it's being alright, but hurricane and tropical cyclones. Yeah, Typhoon Shan Shan. I think that is the most concerning thing, especially because it is expected to hit landfall somewhere around this part of Japan, and will affect like the most populated city in the world, Tokyo. So that is why Typhoon Shan Shan is probably at the top of our priorities when we're discussing tropical cyclones anywhere in the world, because but don't let that fool you, because that doesn't change the fact that there are more tropical cyclones, one heading about for Hawaii. So if you know people who are in Hawaii, maybe you're in Hawaii yourself, because I really don't know who's watching this video at this given time. Shout out to you if you're still watching. There are two current viewers, but shout out to you. So, but yeah. But if you know people who are in Japan, if you know people who are in Hawaii, then you definitely gotta let them know, because typhoons and hurricanes and the tropical cyclones are serious matters. They're probably the most serious matters, like out of any physical. You know what I mean? Probably the most serious matters. Probably the most serious natural disasters. Again, not to compare like death tolls or anything, but that's what I'm saying. Shan Shan, we just need to kind of focus on, because it is heading for populated places, and it will almost directly hit Osaka. But we still do need to keep an eye on Hawaii, because again, all right, going back to the weather.gov website. There's actually not many, not even a severe thunderstorm warning is out. Let me check the SPC to see if there is even really is, because severe thunderstorms are, yeah, yeah. There's really not much expected. We have marginals in effect for Arizona, New Mexico, barely New Mexico. Like nobody lives in this part of New Mexico. Utah, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, South Dakota, North Dakota, Wyoming, Idaho. Really not the populated states. Oh yeah, and this little bit of Arizona, which nobody lives in too. Wow. I think the most concerning uh potential I think this is the most concerning SPC outlook so far, because it has the highest risk of a slight, and that's kind of unbelievable to think that we're not getting these daily slight enhanced risks anymore. I mean, I remember the day when we had the high risk, But it's just what I'm saying. But yeah, the 2024 day, the 2024 day of high risk. But yeah, it's still kind of surprising that 2024 will probably be the second another year to only have one high risk day. And I know they're rare, but. But yeah, that's just what I'm yeah. It does suck that this is my last day of summer vacation, but hey, I did enjoy the summer vacation, and yeah. Let's go to a website I want to do. Maybe Neil.fun. And pretty soon I'll have to be looking for unblocked sites. This is also one of the first. It's not my first grade, but it's the first grade in my school that actually gets personal Chromebooks. So, let's do internet artifacts because I'm pretty sure a handful of these are actually interactive. Yeah, it says you may touch the artifacts. This is yeah, but this is ARPANET. I never really understood how this worked, but again, that's the big dude stuff. First spam email, that's actually kind of surprising. 2022. Wow. It was sent to 320 recipients on ARPANET. And given how all of these things start off as rich people stuff, that was probably a lot of people. In 1983, we got the first smiley. So, so look at this. I propose that the following character sequence for joke markers. Yeah, it's a little smiley. Read it sideways. Actually, it's probably more economical to mark things that are not jokes, given current insurance. For this, use a little sad face. And there was already discussion of this with the star and percentage. I don't really get that. But yeah, I don't really get I don't really get the star and the to be honest, I just don't really get the star and the percentage, but it probably meant something all the way back then. Again, this was in 1983, way back before anybody who views this channel was born. And in 1985, we got the Hacker's Dictionary, basically the jargon file, hacker terminology, jokes, and folklore from the early internet. It became an essential reference for hackers and computer scientists and help shape early online culture. So, so basically, just how they. This is how hackers spoke back then, or basically jargon. Yeah, I'm not gonna read all this because we have 1985 to get on to. So, Usenet newsgroups developed by Tom Truscott and Jim Ellis. Usenet was dubbed the poor man's ARPANET because it was more accessible to the average person. See, that's what I was saying. Them 300 some recipients from the from the scam email. It was it was probably yeah, it was probably just yeah. ARPANET was probably very expensive back then because it was a new innovation. Probably cost a lot to get into because it's a big innovation. It's probably how we'll view stuff like it's probably how we'll view stuff like these types of computers in the future. So expensive because so easy to work and also fairly new. I think laptops are fairly new, definitely invented after 1985, unless I'm just stupid. But on to 1987. And oh boy, I'm already getting lag. The first ever MP3 was the a cappella version of Tom's Diner by Suzanne Vega. Karl Karl-Heinz Brandenburg, who worked on the MP3 format, used the song as a benchmark to see how the compression algorithm would handle the human voice. Instrumental music had been easier to compress, but Vega's voice sounded distorted and unnatural in early versions of the format. Brandenburg would end up making hundreds of tweaks to the MP3 compression algorithm to make Vega's voice clearer. He would later even get to meet Suzanne Vega and hear the song performed live. It's actually a really happy ending. He got to meet the person who made the sample, Morris Worm. So this is the first virus on the internet, I think. And we can click. We can click. This is what I'm saying. Pretty interactive site, hey? On November 2nd, 1988, a computer worm was released onto the internet. Created by Robert Tappan Morris, a 23-year-old Cornell University graduate student, it was designed as an experiment to measure the internet's size. But a programming error caused it to propagate widely. Within 24 hours, close to 10% of the 88,000 computers on the internet were disabled. That's wild. Close to 10%. 10%. That's like 8,000 now. But imagine if 10% of the computers on the internet now were disabled. Hold on. I'm actually go wait. How many computers are on the internet? I don't want an AI answer. Stop. 4 billion internet users. Imagine if just 10% of those 4 billion divided by 10. I don't know how many zeros. 400 million. That will be the equivalent of 400 million computers going offline today. After learning that his experiment had gone awry, Morris asked a friend to anonymously relay an apology and instructions for removing the worm to internet users, but ironically, those most impacted didn't get his message because of the damage the worm did to the network. Morris became the first person convicted under the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act. What country is that? I feel like that's Britain because that's the only that's that's the only thing com- United States, but I've only heard that, yeah, United States. I've only heard of laws like that in the United Kingdom. So, on to 1989. 1989. Wait, what? 1980, 1989. Something is being skipped here. Oh, it's because there's still one more thing in 1988 that we have to. Oh, yeah. One of the earliest chain letters to spread on the internet was titled "Make Money Fast." It promised readers that if they were that they would receive $50,000 in cash after 60 days if they followed the given instructions. The letter worked like a pyramid scheme, where each person had to pay those before them. It quickly spread through email and Usenet groups after being posted by an unknown creator in 1988. Many variations of the letter also spread with titles like "Make Beer Fast," making it an early internet meme. So basically, this was one of the first internet memes. This was a meme before it was a meme. Or memes before meme pop culture was invented. Now it's actually time. Alright. Created by Jarkko Okinaran as a side project while working at the University of Oulu in Finland, IRC, or Internet Relay Chat, is a text-based communication protocol that lets users chat in real-time group conversations known as channels. So, Discord. The initial IRC server consisted mostly of Jarko's friends, but the protocol slowly spread when others started hosting their own servers. Other schools like Oregon State University also started using the protocol. By mid 1989, around 40 servers existed worldwide, and IRC was adopted by early internet communities as as a chat alternative to message boards. All right, so pretty excellent. Earliest LOL. Amazing. That's actually really. Wait a minute. I actually seen something pretty cool, actually. So some of these were actually just didn't make it through. Like this one. I don't see this used anywhere on the internet. I see this used a lot. I have never seen this used for a coffee cup. I have never seen it. Neither have I seen this used for shot glass. Neither have I seen this long stem rose or drink sliding down bar. So, that's actually kind of crazy. It's actually really crazy how we could consider the internet as if it was as if all of these acronyms were adopted. Now it's time for 1991. Finally, AOL dial-up. America Online debuted in 1991 and quickly became the largest dial-up service provider. Oh, the start screen and iconic dial-up sound became many people's first introduction to the internet. Dial-up internet worked by using the existing telephone infrastructure. Modems connected in a way similar to phone conversations, with the dial-up sound serving as a handshake between machines. The dial-up sound was a choreographed dance of beeps and boops that exchanged all the information needed to connect to the network. If I'm lucky, we'll get to press the sign up button, and yeah, baby. Let's all be quiet. Wow. Alright, so that's pretty amazing. So, first website. In March 1989, Tim Berners-Lee wrote the initial proposal for the World Wide Web, envisioning it as a universal linked information system to help researchers share information. In December 1990, he launched the world's first website, info.cern.ch. Wait a minute. Info dot dot cern dot dot ch. Goodness gracious me. Yep, somebody did it. HTTP // info.cern.ch. Definitely check out this website. I won't, but yeah. In December 1990, he launched the world's first website, info.cern.ch. The site featured details about the www project, including an explanation about hypertext and instructions for setting up a web server. So, everything there is online about W3 is linked directly or indirectly to this document, including an executive summary of the project. But yeah, it's actually crazy how they called this W3 at the time, and that just never got popular. We always call it World Wide Web and never abbreviated it to W3. Tim Berners-Lee created the first web browser called World Wide Web to display the site. He hosted the first website on a Next computer, attaching a handwritten note to the computer. This machine is a server. Do not power it down. On to 1992, I guess. Early web photo. One of the very first photos uploaded to the World Wide Web was of Le Horrible Sonant, an all-female band founded by employees at CERN. The band, whose name pays homage to the world's largest particle accelerator. What? Hold up. The world's largest particle accelerator. The very first particle accelerator. The band whose name pays homage to the world's largest particle accelerator. What? Particle accelerator. The world's largest particle accelerator. The very first particle accelerator. Wow. I guess that's why, because the company they were at was, yeah, it's still kind of crazy to think that you would base your band's name off of that. First webcam. The first webcam was set up in the Trojan room of the computer laboratory at the University of Cambridge. Its lens focused on a coffee pot. Researchers created the feed so they could check the coffee pot status without leaving their desks. Initially, a program called X Coffee had to be downloaded to watch the stream, but in 1993, the black and white feed, which only had a frame rate of 3 frames per minute, was made available on the web. Millions of people online, millions of people ended up watching the coffee maker online throughout the 1990s. So that's crazy. It's crazy. This was actually a real thing in the 1990s. All right, severe tire damage. On June 24th, 1993, Severe Tire Damage became the first band to live stream a concert on the internet. I wonder how they did that. That technology seems so ahead of its time because 1993, this is before 1995. Windows 95, that barely even had the internet. This was before like everything you know. But yeah, that's kind of crazy. They performed on the patio at Xerox Park in Palo Alto, California, using the M-Bone to broadcast video that was watched live as far away as Australia. As one viewer remarked, to quote all the people who said of Woodstock, I was there remotely. So they streamed every Wednesday night. That's like a schedule that they would be on. What is internet anyway? In 1994, on the Today Show, anchors Katie Couric, Bryant Gumbel, and Elizabeth Vargas pondered the nature of the internet, debating the meaning of the @ symbol and asking, what is internet anyway? At the time, only 20 million people worldwide were using the internet, with less than half of that having an email account. Just 10 years after this news segment aired, the number of internet users would reach more than a billion. That's actually really crazy. A billion. 10 years after this, that's 2004. A billion internet users in 2004. That is about like that was about like a sixth of the world population. PizzaNet. Launched by Pizza Hut in 1994, PizzaNet was the first online pizza delivery website, and it was only available to those in the Santa Cruz area. It was responsible for one of the first online web purchases, a large pepperoni and mushroom pizza with extra cheese. I hope they enjoyed their pizza. Despite making a cameo in the 1995 Sandra Bullock movie The Net, PizzaNet grew slowly. After customers ordered food and drinks on the site, the nearest Pizza Hut would still confirm each one by phone, leading the LA Times to dub the idea as half-baked. Your half-baked LA Times. And still in 1994, Justin's Links from the Underground. Created by 19-year-old Justin Hall, Justin's Links from the Underground was one of the earliest blogs. Initially started to post cool links he found online, Justin began sharing intimate details of his life, including stories about his childhood drug experiences and love life. Within a year, the blog had 27,000 daily readers, more than the publication outlier. Who would read that blog that much? I don't want to be rude, but wow. Where he was an intern. He became an early internet celebrity and blogged about the struggles of internet fame. Justin also became an early advocate for blogging, creating free tutorials on HTML so others can make their own blogs. And it's exceedingly easy. Wow, that's actually kind of crazy. I feel like it's harder now because of the advancements that we've had. Anyway, Yahoo. Yahoo was created by Jerry Yang and David Filo, two Stanford graduate students, initially just a list of interesting links called Jerry's Guide to the World Wide Web. So these guys were probably inspired by Justin. Well, uh, yeah. Alright, yeah, probably inspired by Justin's link from the underground. Because it does have a similar title, and once the guide started getting 50,000 daily hits, they realized it needed a better name and rebranded to Yahoo, an acronym for yet another hierarchically, hierarch, alright, oh my god, hierarchically organized oracle. So I didn't know that was actually. I'd always wonder where that come from because Yahoo is like a sound you make when you jump. At least that's what Mario taught me. But yeah, that's actually kind of crazy. White House page. So in 1994, the Clinton administration launched the first ever White House homepage. The pioneering site featured a guest book, an option to email the president, and virtual tours of the White House. Wow, that's really crazy. Uh, bye. Nobody